Yeah. Been there. Ba, 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 ba. Pa, 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 pa. Hey, that, 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 that. That, 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 that. That, 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 that. That, 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 that. That, 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 that. That, 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 that. That, that. That, 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 that. It's cold, baby. It's cold out here. I have to wrap you up good. Yeah. I have to wrap you up. You got this kid out there that ain't got no blanket, no rug, nothing on. No jacket or nothing. These kids these kids need to be wrapped up this morning. It's so cold. Yeah. Yeah. Dad always gonna keep a coat and hat on you and a blanket. Yeah. 'Cause it's cold. Yeah. It's cold. This shit. It's cold. Shit. Hi. You need some grease. Your face ain't washed good. Need some grease. Got none of this stuff with me. Let's get out of here. How y'all doing this morning? It's cold. Super cold Mississippi, probably like 20, and it's getting a light slur. It's so cold. Make sure y'all wrap up. Get all y'all pets inside. Get all your pets inside. Make sure your kids wrapped up in coats and blankets and hats. Y'all be careful on the road. Make sure y'all leave in enough time to get to your destination without having to rush. Yourself enough time to meditate, pray before you walk into your job. Make sure you eat a good breakfast, some fruit, some, drink plenty of water. Man, what they doing? super cold. My way to work. How y'all doing? Y'all, what's been going on in the news? I think the latest is they trying to get rid of like some kind of all different programs in the schoolhouse, in the colleges and universities. They're trying to get rid of programs or funding. They're trying to cut back on the funding for schools that offer some kind of diversity programs. I got to go read up on it some more. But essentially, if you offering like a scholarship or any kind of funding to a particular race, then you got the potential to get your funds cut from the federal government. I mean, I want to know like what's the overall like what are they trying to achieve here? They're trying to say that minorities are taking white jobs. I mean, what's the purpose of getting rid of the program? The program was designed to balance the scale because for the longest, there's been plenty of blacks qualified but never got any opportunity. And this ain't even giving blacks certain jobs, it's giving blacks opportunity to even be interviewed. Because a lot of times when you're the head of a company, there's a lot of nepotism going on. And if you're the head of a company, then you're going to hire your son, you're going to hire your nephew, you're going to hire your, family member. They just, if I own a business and I got a son coming up, of course, you're going to hire your son and you're going to bring him on the business, how it works. You're going to bring the people in your community who you know. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be somebody that looks just like you, somebody that's good for the culture, somebody that you're comfortable with. Um, Happens a lot more in the red states, rural counties, because a lot of the South was segregated and slowly starting to, you know, naturally come together. But it's still a lot of things that are separate, like our churches in Mississippi. I'm not gonna say that they're separate, but we have a lot of all white churches and a lot of all black churches. We have a sprinkle here and there, but if you go to church with everybody one of your kind, more than likely you're probably gonna live in a neighborhood with all of your kind. So when you get a job, I mean when you get ready to hire somebody, you're the director or whatever, or the CEO or whatever, you're gonna hire like your kind. So the program was designed to have people to look at your organization and say, okay, it's not that the fact that the white man or the white person wasn't not qualified. It's the fact that the black person was not qualified, but they never got the opportunity, and that's what happens a lot in our society. Is we're qualified, we overly educated, we go to college. A lot of black kids go to college because there's no opportunities for them. They don't have a job right out of high school, something going on, and they go to college for 4 years, 5 years, and then they get out of college. There's no opportunities for them, or nobody will hire them on what they're worth. You can get a job, but If you done spent $100,000 on education, you're not gonna just go work a minimum wage or a job paying $30,000, $35,000 a year. So that's why we go get our masters, and then we finally able to get maybe a job paying 50K with a master's degree. When you should be starting off at least 80. So the program was designed to to kind of level the playing field. So from what I read, is the complaint is that a lot of blacks are getting jobs that white people should have had, and we are quote unquote given the job, but we've been earning the job. We've been overly qualified for these positions. Just never got the opportunities, and DEI programs are giving us opportunities. You know, so on one hand, I'm all for DEI programs of helping minority, whether it's white women or whoever, but at the same time, um, I'm big on not going to I'm big on not going to places where I'm not wanted or I'm not desired. So if it takes for your DEI program for you to even give me an opportunity, then I don't want the opportunity. Like I want to be where because it's I want to be where I'm desired. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get graded on a different scale. You know, because if they hired you, quote unquote, you know, just to kind of, you know, fulfill. They hired you to meet some kind of quota or balance out the scales somewhat. Then people are already gonna be looking at you like, oh, this just they just hired them because they're a race. Um, but so you're not gonna be basically you're not gonna be somebody else make a mistake. They may get the benefit of the doubt a little bit more because you may be able to understand that individual a little bit more in their circumstances, especially if you know them or grew up with them or know their family or know their history, or you can kind of put them in your position. If it's the same type of culture, the same type of you know, you have a little bit more empathy for somebody that looks like you. And for example, um, Caitlin Clark effect. People, the white people gravitate a little bit toward her because you can see that as your daughter coming up. So when Angel Reese uh, did what she did, you can see that as Angel Reese, a black girl doing that to your little white girl. That's what you saw. You didn't. That's why people was like calling Angel Reese all these different names because they can go back to their childhood, they can go back to their upbringing, or all that hatred and all that racism kind of spewed up because it was you can picture that as being your little girl, or you can picture that as being you. So I have to be very, 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 very careful about how you go about or how you speak on different things, and you ought to question yourself like, why do I feel like this about certain things? So, but like I said, I'm all for the DEI program as far as opportunities, but I'm really also big on not or going places that I'm desired and um, not just tolerated. It's kind of like a stepchild. Like you accept a stepchild, but I mean the stepchild gonna be on a different grade scale than the natural born child, you know, because you're gonna feel like the birth child is your own, and you know, just naturally, you know. So I would recommend as an African American to all my African Americans to go where you desire, you know, like it doesn't matter who the employer is. It could be a community full of whites or blacks or Mexicans or whoever, but go somewhere where they hired you for you, you know. That's the main reason that I went to a predominantly white college because I wanted to be on the same grade as the next person. I felt like if I would have went to a historical black college and me and this other guy or girl compare me and another individual as apples and apples. So, looking back at it, I should have went to a college that wanted me. Like I should have went to a college that was going to offer me a scholarship to come or a community college and you know got a free ride. But those type of things, you know, I teach my son. But yeah, those type of things that going on in the news today. Um, they're trying to get rid of all of the Mexicans and all of the illegals, quote unquote. But why they only focusing on the Mexicans? They got a lot more illegals, but they're focusing on like the Hispanic group. The Hispanic group is the largest minority group, which I understand why they're trying to dismantle. I, what I what I think is the ultimate goal is to put fear into Republicans, which I think they found out um, when they issued out the Southern strategy is that fear moves a Republican. If you start doing a lot of fear mongering, you start that you can move the needle with a lot of the Republican Party. So when you can say they coming in here and they eating your cats and dogs, they coming in and taking the black jobs, they coming in and they raping and commit all these crimes. That moves a Republican more so than anything. Um, so I think what they're doing is they putting fear into some of the Hispanics, and that a lot of them are leaving on their own, and some of them getting deported. And I think what they're gonna try to do is they're gonna try to dismantle the other minority groups and basically get them out of these leadership roles and put them in those roles that the illegals were to force them somehow to so you keep the prices high. So you force them to, you know, to get some of these jobs that the illegals were doing, the harvesting the crops, things of that nature, just so they can survive. And because you're taking away all the funding and cutting taxes for the rich, you're putting everything back up into the rich hands, and you know, you're causing a lot of chaos. And then you're gonna try to come back on the end and try to fix it and say that you fixed it, like you causing problems just so you can fix it. I mean, but y'all just stay prayed up and focus on the things you prayed up and focus on the things you can control. Um, stay informed, stay focused, make sure your family good, make sure you save, you know, good, make sure you save, you know, make sure you're enjoying yourself, but don't. All right, y'all have a blessed day. Have a blessed day.